All right, beautiful souls. Apparently, Spirit is not done today. There is a message of devotion coming through. And I feel like this is somebody waiting for your counterpart, sensing a counterpart. And it doesn't necessarily mean a counterpart like an intimate love, romantic relationship. We sense people who are deeply aligned with us. It doesn't have to be a physical interaction. It can just be hearing somebody. It can be sensing somebody. Like if we talk about sensing energetic signatures of others, each individual does have their own signature and feels different. Each individuated soul, their energy fields feel different. This is a message for somebody who your true energy field, when it is clear and embodied in its nuances, it's almost like in its full expansive groundedness, embodiment of it. When you're in that state, this person's energy is so discernible to you. It is almost as if there's no difference. It's as if you and them have a bridge between the two of you. This is how they're showing it to me metaphorically. And Aphrodite again is showing up for whoever this is for. So it's as if there is a, you could say telepathy, you could say energy, because those are all things. If we want to talk about a twin flame journey, there are multiple types of twin flames. It's not necessarily about intimate relationships. It is about evolution and allowing a rebalancing to happen. They strengthen each other, but they can also trigger each other. The person that I'm talking to in this message that this is for, your journey in this energy, you could call it a twin flame, but I don't want to put that label on it. It's a spiritual alignment, I want to say. It's a journey of two souls with a similar energetic signature that align energetically, spiritually, and have access. Both of you have access to telepathy and you utilize it. It's not just telepathy for you two, though. It's, you know, when the other is low, you know, when the other is in absolute, complete joy. When you're in this total embodied, clear state of your energy, that's when you sense this person so strongly. That's because that's when both of your core vibrations are fully online and connected. It's like that bridge, it becomes a one. There's like a merging that happens. I'm not really sure how to explain this in this way. So we started with devotion. Spirit, where do you want to go with devotion? They're saying these two energies are devoted to the evolution of each other. Got it. They appear to be separate, and they are, but their core frequency and vibration, when in complete alignment, when both people or both parties or both energies are in that full embodiment of their highest state, they naturally sense each other as if they're in the room, as if they are there with them, smelling what they're smelling, tasting the food that they are tasting. They know when one is going down and when the other one needs to be lifted up. There is a devotion because these two are bridged. Whether it's, I feel like it's a spiritual bridge. It's not a physical one. It's got nothing to do with this everyday thing. But for all I know, whoever this message is for, you can actually pinpoint this and put it into a physical relationship that you have. If that's the case, keep it there. This doesn't, just because I'm talking spiritually, doesn't mean this message isn't for you. But I just feel like because energy precedes the form, because spiritual energy, the spiritual essence is what allows things to come into form. Now, whether or not it gets discombobulated, distorted in the process of bringing it into form, that's another story. We'll talk about that on another channel when it comes to manifesting. But I just feel drawn to say these two energies are devoted to each other. I also want to say there is no being on this planet that does not have this energy, whether spiritually, emotionally, mentally, or physically, connected to them. We all have this. We are all one, but some souls play a greater role in our lives than others. So I'm speaking to the soul that plays a great role in your life. The two of you, your energies are the role, assigned role for the two of you. And it's not assigned by like somebody else put you in the assignment. It's not that kind of assignment. This is a divine assignment. You are both dedicated and devoted to the expansion, evolution, raising, and supporting of each other. This will, and the reason they're saying the reason why you fully sense them when you're in your complete alignment is because that's the state you both are always moving to effect a massive change that ripples through the collective and all the people that you touch. For some reason, you and this person, whoever this message is for, you needed something energetically, emotionally, spiritually, that was such a strong energy of devotion and alignment that is what allows you and was required, I'm hearing, to bring you to your purpose or to ensure you stay on this destined path of your soul. And vice versa. You actually play the same role for them. You are devoted to whatever raises them up, to their vision for this world. You are devoted to everything that they embody and encompass, and you are devoted to the raising of that being or that other person. I feel like these are people that are not together, though, in all honesty, for this particular part of the message. And it's not because one is reliant on the other as if they're not whole without the other. That is not the case. Monadic twin flames is what I'm getting for that. It's almost as if you're both in the process of wholing the self or are whole in the self. And when you come to that state of wholeness, the roles that you play and have assigned for each other, to each other, by each other, is literally an energy, a vibration of unconditional devotion. It does not matter which party goes low. It does not matter which party is in a state of distortion. It does not matter which one of you is out of alignment. These two energies will sustain each other to a point through all breaking points. They will sustain and elevate and break through and break down barriers and lift you up. You do this for each other. It's not just one. It does not go one way in whatever this is. You and this person are very old. You are very ancient, and you're both here for the same thing, but you're doing it in different ways, and you've lived different journeys, and you have different skills, and you have different abilities, but they complement each other. One is meant to raise the other, and this one is meant to raise that one. There is a beautiful reciprocity when you are both in your state of alignment. It's like you sense each other unbelievably. You also sense when one is lower, one is down. And I use twin flames lightly because, I'll just speak to this from my own experience. When people talk about twin flames and the experience of it, that is a journey that some souls are having for the purpose of their own soul's evolution and connection and understanding and integration and all of those things, healing and holing. That's part of their journey. So I don't want to take away from that, but I also want to say there's a much wider breadth, depth, and scope of the label of twin flames than has really been recognized across the collective. It's typically perceived in a romantic connotation, but I always perceive it energetically. Like this level of telepathy that I'm talking about between you and this other person, that's something that I experience with people all the time, every day. It's just a natural way of being to attune to the minds, because when we think thoughts, they're going out here. We're transmitting as we're thinking. And when we're listening, we're receiving. So think about all these people all transmitting thoughts and everybody's thoughts going all around. Like thoughts are energy. They carry a resonance and a vibration, whether it's a dense low one or a very beautiful unconditional high one. And dense ones can be unconditional too. I don't know why I'm supposed to illuminate that for somebody. They can be unconditional as it speaks to the context of whatever that is. I'm not going there. Sorry, I'm not going there because I don't feel like that needs to be part of this channel. And I'm specifically illuminating this for somebody on here because you are in the process of discerning, honing your discernment of the messages that come through, recognizing that just because you receive a message or you're sensing somebody's energy signature or something comes in that looks beautiful doesn't necessarily mean that that's a sign from the divine and you're supposed to go there, or that spirit talking to you. Because friends, when you really get down to it and you really get into the nuts and the bolts, you begin to discover there's the divine guidance, there's spirit, there's your own thoughts, there's everybody else's thoughts, then there's the unconscious realms. There's just so much in there to unpack, to see interdimensionally, and to be able to, I want to say, not categorize, but to be able to compartmentalize which is which and what is what in order to hone your own strength. So back to I'm adding this in here for somebody on here. Let me know if that's yours or something that you've been dealing with or something you're honing yourself. I am simply here to affirm what your intuition has been. I'm hearing it's like a quiet nudge, like, I don't know about that. Follow that. It's the nudge. We do have discernment and intuition. So just, I don't know what to do with that other than to just share it for whoever it's for. And now I'm just going to set that to the side and we're going to move back to these two energies. This is significant and important to go back to the status or the fact, whether it can be proved or disproved is irrelevant. This is a spiritual fact that you are not alone. We all have an energy, a person, whether it's a physical person in our lives or a spiritual person in consciousness that is always there in devotion to us, to our highest evolution. We all have this. Some of us have many that are devoted to it. It depends on the person's. It depends. I was going to say purple. Interesting. It descends. Oh, somebody who is aligned with the color purple is descending. This does not mean they are descending into darkness. Rather, it means the higher self is descending into the embodiment of the physical body. So the higher self is descending into the body to merge, assimilate, and integrate with the soul self, the seat of the soul, to operate as one. Another side note for somebody on here. Thank you. Back to this concept. No matter how alone you feel, maybe you feel like you haven't found your vibe tribe, I guess you could say. Maybe you haven't found your peeps. Maybe you haven't found people that get you yet. You need to know, you're knowing that there is somebody with you, walking with you, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, all the time, who is devoted to your spiritual evolution, to raising you up, to aligning you with your divine mind and your soul's deepest yearnings. There are people who are devoted to you in every way, in every dimension, to ensure that you achieve that. Back to the original message. So that's just a general for everybody. Everybody has this. Whether you can prove it or disprove it does not matter. The fact that you can't disprove it is the indicator of the possibility, potential, and a hidden truth about it. Side note, I don't know who that message is for either. Well, Spirit, we're really going a lot of places here. Aphrodite says, as we should be, because this is a channel for multiple people, not one individual with only one way. The thing about spiritual guidance is this: you can share a message of guidance and 5 different people can attune to it in 5 different ways as per their journey. However, you can also share a message and it cannot be for one, or not be the highest message for one person there, and yet it is the highest message for this person over here. We will always encourage you to use your own discernment, never to make a message fit. These are intended to affirm, confirm, and validate, and in addition, expand you into a greater understanding of the very tools, gifts, and skills intuitively that exist within each and every one of us and operates in slightly different ways. Your gifts are unique to you, is what I want to say. They're saying this is important. Your gifts are unique to you. Your signs are your signs, not theirs or hers or them. It's yours. It's your inner compass. It's you perceiving the world. It's you expressing yourself, and it's you living your life. It's you feeling your emotions, and it's you thinking your thoughts. It is your inner compass, your signs to affirm, no one else's. I am here to affirm and expand your own intuitive compass so that you become divinely aligned with it. That is the greatest empowerment you will ever experience, to trust in oneself fully, to be so in tune with your inner compass that that is what you follow and not anything else. It's not aligned. Another side note for somebody on here. Last message coming full circle for whoever this is for. You have a soul that you have been sensing. You may have sensed them as a physical, tangible person. You may just spiritually sense them coming around your field, coming near you. You only sense them at certain times. Take note of when you do sense them. Is it when you're in your joy? Is it when you're just totally being present in meditation? Is it when you're struggling? Notice when this devoted energy shows up for you. Notice when they are there with a hand at your lower back. Notice when they are there pressing their forehead to yours. Notice when they are there holding you up. Notice when you are suddenly with them. It's not them coming to you, but you coming to them. Notice when you are coming to them. Is it to hold them in a space? Is it to remind them who they are and where they are going? Is it to, I'm seeing somebody, it's like you go to this person and you move energy around them. And yeah, very spiritual energy. You move an energy around them. This energy is not meant to take away from them. It's meant to actually expand out whatever it is they're doing or sharing, to expand it out even further. It's like you're their amplifier. So you may notice that you've been doing that for somebody just as an unconscious or fleeting thought or a vision or a feeling. Is more than a feeling, is more than a feeling, darling. Feelings are our guides. So I'm not sure who needed to hear this. I'm not entirely even sure what the point of this channel is, but I trust that even though we don't have an end point for it or a specific goal or focus, I also know that this is part of the process. And in order to reach the end goal or the focus, you have to understand the layers of the process. If we go back to the other channel of the false timelines and the bridge timelines, that is also part of the process in the steps of ascension and the descension of the higher self being embodied in the physical self, the God, goddess, divine power, Christ risen within, whatever you wish to call it. Yeah, so I will leave that with you, beautiful souls. I feel like this completes the messages that I'm to share for this beautiful YouTube community here. If you have not done so already, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. If these channels resonate with you, feel free to share them with others just to get the word out. And a message can change a life, just one message. So thank you for being here. Thank you for all your love. Thank you for just being alive right now, friends. I'm so grateful to be here with you. I'm grateful to share messages for you. I'm grateful to share this lifetime. Whoa, this is specific. I am grateful to share this lifetime with all of you. I am grateful to share the shift with all of you. I'm grateful to share your souls with all of you. That's a strange statement. What does that mean to close this out? They're saying saving the best for last. You said you are grateful to share souls, but what that truly means is different souls awakening to each other and touching. We speak to souls, not necessarily the logic. For when we speak to the soul, it allows a greater logical understanding to bubble up, to arise, and to be integrated and understood. This is often the intangible, unseen power of why speaking to souls is so profoundly effective and yet defies the logic. It is difficult to understand it we need not label it. But the gratitude for sharing souls is not because Erin is sharing souls, but rather she is touching souls. And you as a soul arrive on this channel to receive whatever this is. If you are listening in this moment, you came here to receive and to touch your own soul, to touch the soul of souls, to touch the soul and the oversoul, as well as the undersoul and the deepest soul. We as souls, when we align with our soul, just as we talked about with these higher vibrational aspects of the two devoted to each other's evolution, so too is it the same for souls that touch each other. We say we share souls, not because you are sharing a soul necessarily, but at the same time, we are speaking to the rivers and the valleys and the vast oceans and the universal cosmos of the endless infinite souls of you that merge and intertwine and touch and reveal and awaken and rest and play. We speak to souls. That is why we said it in that way. Wow, fascinating. And I also want to say, just as a little side note, I feel like they're nodding their head at me with the bullseye in the room. That's also just a confirmation or validation for somebody on here, because sometimes in twin flame teachings, the focus or what is shared is that they share a soul, and it's a soul split into two. So sometimes that's a capacity, but I do feel like we are all but one, but in individuated soul bodies to experience individuated things, so that we have a multitude of perspectives that propel and evolve this great shift that we are going through. Friends, we have talked about a lot of different things in this channel. We have touched on intuitive teachings about discernment and understanding the different places that guidance or messages or energy signatures can come from, having discernment. We've talked about the inner compass. We've talked about twin flames. We've talked about monadic twin flames. We've talked about a lot of different things here, including the aspect of souls and speaking to souls and touching souls. And again, it's 22:22 on the timer here for the length of how long I've been talking here. So another divine confirmation. I will leave that with you. Let me know if all this info really helped you. I trust that it does, otherwise I wouldn't be sharing it. But as you all know, I love reading your comments. And I don't always get to all the comments, but I do read them. So I just want to say thank you so much for sharing so beautifully and supporting each other. I notice a lot of you are supporting each other in the comments. That is so powerful and profound. I have such gratitude for you to share with this community and support each other, because we're all learning, we're all growing, we're all rising, we're all evolving. It's a beautiful thing. Until next time, beautiful souls.